Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Washington's 137th Commencement Ceremony, honoring the graduating class of 2012. Please welcome the academic procession, led by the faculty of the University of Washington. For the various doctoral and professional degrees. Carrying the gonfalons for the graduate school are Natasha and Naomi Jones on the west and Matthew Venegas on the east. Ms. Jones is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Technical Communications. Mr. Venegas is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Health Sciences. On the west, carrying the gonfalon for the Everett School of Public Affairs is Rebecca Florence Johnson. Ms. Johnson is graduating with a Master of Public Administration. On the east, carrying the gonfalons for the School of Dentistry are Tori Lane Silvestrin and Alexandra Brent. Ms. Silvestrin and Ms. Brent are both receiving Doctor of Dental Surgery Ladies and gentlemen, candidates for the bachelor's degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences are now entering the stadium. Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Music candidates are on the west. Bachelor of Science candidates are on the east. On the east, carrying the gonfalon for the College of Arts and Sciences, is Molly Jeanette Gasparini, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology, Molecular, Cellular, and Development. On the west, carrying the gonfalon for the College of Arts and Sciences, is Sarah Hefney, who is graduating magna cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Studies. welcome on the east, Bachelor of Arts and Sciences, William Gonfalonier, carried by William Ray with a BA in Mathematics and a Bachelor of Science in Economics. Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter on the west and the east. Carrying the gonfalon on the west is Jacob Alexander Bowden, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science with a triple major in neurobiology, biochemistry, and biology, with a Bachelor of Arts in philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, now entering on the east side of the stadium, please welcome bachelor's candidates from the College of Education, led by gonfalonier Sarah Lynn Lopez. Ms. Lopez is receiving a Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Education Leadership, and Policy Studies. Gentlemen, entering on the east side of the stadium, please welcome bachelor's candidates from the College of Engineering, led by gonfaloniers Benjamin Dulkin and Emily Carol Hollenbeck. Mr. Dulkin is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Bioengineering. Ms. Hollenbeck is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering. Candidates from the College of the Environment. Carrying the gonfalon is Harrison Fano Retogia, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Earth and Space Sciences. Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the left, led by gonfalonier Renee Brittany Carson, who is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Gender, Women, and Sexuality Studies. Bachelor candidates from the Information School are now entering the stadium on the east. The Information School gonfalon is carried by Christopher Floyd Matthews, who is graduating with a Bachelor of Science in Informatics. Bachelor candidates from the Michael G. Foster School of Business are now entering the stadium on the east, led by gonfaloniers Chelsea White and Monica Renee Iddis. Ms. White is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration, concentrating in accounting. Ms. Iddis is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration, accounting. candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences continue to enter from the west, led by gonfalonier Vanessa Mwanya Stone, who is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in Dance Studies and English. Bachelor candidates from the School of Nursing and the School of Medicine are now entering the stadium on the east. The School of Nursing is led by gonfalonier Jason Sam Lee, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Carrying the gonfalons for the School of Medicine are Colleen Marie Murphy-Carey and Joshua Wyan Doberitz. Ms. Murphy-Carey is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology. Mr. Doberitz is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology. Please welcome now the Bachelor candidates from the College of Built Environments. They are led by gonfalonier Easton Lee Branham, who is receiving a Master of Landscape Architecture. Final groups of Bachelor candidates entering the stadium on the east are from the School of Public Health and the School of Social Work. Carrying the gonfalon for the School of Public Health is Michael James Chen, who is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Environmental Health. The School of Social Work candidates are led by gonfalonier Janelle Ray Vaughn, who is receiving a Master of Social Work, Integrated Health, and Mental Health. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the Deans and President's parties are about to enter the stadium. Will all graduates please take their seats? Once again, will all graduates please take their seats? Once again, will all graduates please take your seats? And now, please turn your attention to the south end of the stadium and welcome the procession of the deans of the University of Washington's 16 schools and colleges. Concludes now with the entrance to the stadium of the University of Washington's Regents, President and Vice Presidents, led by Professor of Philosophy and University Marshal, Ron Moore. Will all graduates please remain standing at your seats?
The commencement exercises of the University of Washington will be opened with a presentation of the colors by the Joint ROTC Color Guard and the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner by Elizabeth Giesbers. Ms. Giesbers is graduating today with a Master of Music degree in vocal performance. The audience will please rise.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is my pleasure to present the Chair of the Board of Regents of the University of Washington, Christiane Blake.
Thank you, Professor Moore. I am honored to be here to help celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2012. My fellow regents and I are extremely proud of the graduates and how hard they have worked to reach this milestone in their lives. The university has been celebrating its own 150-year milestone this year, which is also the inaugural year of its 33rd president, who will preside today over his first University of Washington commencement. It is therefore a great honor and a distinct pleasure for me to introduce to you today the President of the University of Washington, Michael K. Young.
Welcome. Welcome to the 137th Commencement of the University of Washington. Of course, as you know, these ceremonies are customarily held in Husky Stadium. But since our stadium is currently undergoing renovations, we find ourselves in a field that's normally associated with green and blue of the Seahawks and the Sounders. Today, however, we are painting it Husky purple and gold. As many of you know, during football games, the Seahawks raise their 12th man flag on the flagpole at the south end of this field. To make CenturyLink Field just feel a little more like home today, we're going to raise our own 12th man flag over the stadium. So please turn your attention to the south end of the field. Two graduating seniors will raise our flag, Byron Gray and Cameron Turtle. Both won Rhodes Scholarships this year to study next year at Oxford University. The University of Washington was the only university in the nation to have more than one student chosen to receive this prestigious international award. Cameron is graduating today with a Bachelor of Science in Bioengineering. Byron has earned a Bachelor of Arts degree with majors in International Studies, Law, Societies, and Justice, and Political Science. Gentlemen, raise the flag. Commencement ceremonies are an expression of academic traditions that go back hundreds of years, and they symbolize some of our most fundamental values: civilization, most particularly the pursuit of truth, preservation of freedom, and the cultivation of a climate of civility. But these ceremonies are also a festive celebration, the commencement of new activities and challenges in the lives of the graduates, as well as the successful conclusion of one phase of their formal education. I'm honored, therefore, to be the first of what I'm sure will be many to formally congratulate the degree and award recipients today and welcome all of you to this ceremony. These graduates should be very proud of themselves, and I know all the rest of us are very proud of them. It's appropriate that everyone stand up, including the graduates, and give the first of what I'm sure will be many congratulatory claps for our graduating class of 2012. Now, I know these graduates know that they couldn't be here and couldn't have gotten here by themselves, that they've had an enormous amount of help from people, many of whom are in the audience today. So I'm going to invite the graduates to extend their own thanks today. First, if we could have all the mothers, spouses, anyone who is feeling particularly maternal towards a graduate today, if they would stand. Now, if we could invite the fathers, grandfathers, spouses, anybody who's feeling paternal towards the graduates today. Thank you. The splendid music that you've been listening to during the processional, and which you will be hearing more of later in the program, is provided for us this afternoon by students from the School of Music's Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Professor Timothy Saltzman. As you can tell, they're gifted musicians, and we greatly appreciate their participation here today. Thank you. The ultimate responsibility for the University of Washington lies with the members of the Board of Regents, 10 citizens of the state who are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the state senate. These dedicated men and women devote many hours each year to the welfare of this university. 9 of our regents are with us this afternoon, and I would like to introduce them at this time and invite them to stand. Christiane Blake, the chair of the board, whom you've already met. Joanne Harrell, vice chair. William S. Eyre. William H. Gates. Sally Jewell. Kelsey Knowles, our student regent. Patrick M. Shanahan, and Herb Simon. Please recognize our Board of Regents. In addition to the regents, we have seated on the platform this afternoon the chief academic and administrative officers of the university, the vice presidents, the deans of the schools and colleges, who will be introduced in due course, faculty members, professor emeriti, the elected student leadership, whom you will also meet a bit later, and other representatives from the various schools, colleges, and departments of the university. We also have with us the chair of the Faculty Senate, Susan Astley, and Susan Williams, the president of our Alumni Association, which has been keeping over 400,000 members of the Husky family connected with each other and with the university for over 120 years. I'd also like to recognize the many members of the faculty serving today as commencement marshals. Their names are listed on page 7 of our program. But now I'd like to say just a few words to the graduates. First and foremost, congratulations on achieving this wonderful and exciting milestone. As you look out at this large gathering, you might not appreciate the magnitude or the uniqueness of this achievement. A remarkably small percentage of the people throughout the world have an opportunity for the world-class education you've received. Consequently, everyone is going to be telling you that upon reaching this important milestone, you're now ready to go out and change the world. What I want to tell you today is how to respond to those people. It's actually very simple. Look them in the eye and say, I'm from the University of Washington. I've already changed the world. And it's absolutely true. Looking out upon you today, I see people who have already done life-changing research on everything from energy-saving computers to the variables affecting happiness to the ways to target drug delivery to reduce negative side effects and everything in between. You have already changed the world. You've already changed the world because you've reached out to communities here in our own backyard and around the globe. You've encouraged and inspired students in local high schools to reach for their dreams of a college education, truly thousands of students. You've traveled to developing nations to create healthcare systems that literally save thousands of lives. You have already done this. You have changed the world. You've already changed the world because you've made the University of Washington America's coolest school. We were just designated that by Sierra Magazine just this past year. And we're the most environmentally sustainable university on the planet. And that was you. Not the administration, not the faculty, not the staff, though all helped to be sure, but that passion, that commitment, that drive, that was you, all of you. And today, you're quite literally wearing that commitment on your sleeves. For the first time this year, nearly all of our bachelor's and master's degree candidates are wearing gowns made from recycled plastic bottles. Your gowns represent 100,000 bottles that would have gone into landfills. And I want our speaker today, EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson, to know that this is a group of people after her own heart, a group that has already changed the world. So now going forward, whenever you look at your diploma, or whenever you look at a bottle of water, I want you to remember that you've already changed the world. You should feel proud of the many ways you've changed the world at the University of Washington, and you should know that you have the tools, the intelligence, the passion, the drive to change it again and again and again. You are, after all, from the University of Washington. Congratulations. I would now like to ask Almera Unwar and Dalia Amin to present the class gift. Almera is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Journalism and Anthropology, and Dalia is receiving a Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science. Almera and Dalia chaired and vice-chaired the Senior Gift Council, thanks to whose leadership the senior class has made this wonderfully early start in philanthropy. Here's Almera.
Good afternoon. The senior class gift leadership and I worked with a fantastic volunteer team of 30 fellow seniors to organize the senior class gift campaign. It was important to choose a gift that represented the values of our class and would enhance the university and sustain Husky traditions for future generations. Therefore, we decided to create the Purple and Gold Forever campaign as our senior class gift. This fund will support university celebrations to recognize and thank UW parents, bring back a homecoming event in Red Square, and increase the awareness of Purple Fridays across campus. These will create a stronger sense of community and pride at the UW.
On the Seattle campus alone, we have raised $50,305.14 in gifts and pledges. Seniors were also able to give money to any particular school, college, program, or department that inspired them. And now, President Young, we will present you with the names of all the donors.
Thank you. And on behalf of the University of Washington, I gratefully accept, with thanks and pride, this generous gift from the class of 2012. Now all of you have a share in the future of the University of Washington. The Chief Academic and Chief Budget Officer of the university is Provost and Executive Vice President Anamari Kause, who will present this year's University Award winners. Anamari?
Thank you, President Young. Each year, the university presents awards to honor outstanding teachers, mentors, programs, staff, and alumni. Many of the year's award winners are with us today on stage. You may read about these amazing people on pages 8 and 9 of your program. I would like to draw particular attention to those who have won awards for teaching and mentoring students. 5 University of Washington professors have been selected to receive the Distinguished Teaching Award this year. They are Dr. Hugh M. Foy, Professor of Surgery, Sarah Elwood, Professor of Geography, Maria Elena Garcia, Associate Professor, Comparative History of Ideas, Jeffrey W. Berman, Assistant Professor in Civil and Environmental Engineering, and Andrew D. Lovelace, Senior Lecturer in Mathematics. Okay. Thank you. In addition, 2 professors are winners of specialized teaching awards. The recipient of the Marcia L. Landau Distinguished Graduate Mentor Award is Peter J. May, Donald R. Matthews Distinguished Professor of American Politics. The recipient of the S. Sterling Monroe Public Service Teaching Award is Gillian Harkins, Associate Professor of English. And 2 graduate students with teaching responsibilities have won Excellence in Teaching Awards. They are Michael Bowman, Teaching Assistant in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, and J. Bart Klicka, teaching assistant in social work. 4 other award recipients also deserve special mention. Jackie McMurtry, associate professor in the School of Law and director of the Innocence Project Northwest, is the winner of the Outstanding Public Service Award. Mamidala Ramula, professor of mechanical engineering, is the recipient of the Distinguished Contributions to Lifelong Learning Award. And the Distinguished Librarian Award recipient is Timothy D. Jewell, Director of Information Resources and Scholarly Communication. And finally, but not least, Fraser Cook is the winner of the 2012 Alumni Association Distinguished Service Award. Please join me in acknowledging all of our award winners. Will you please stand? Let's acknowledge them both for their extraordinary achievements and for their many contributions to the university. Thank you.
Anna-Marie, thank you, and congratulations to this extraordinary group of people who are emblematic of the remarkable work that goes on at this great university. Since 1932, the university, in recognition of extraordinary academic achievement, has presented a medal to the graduating senior with the most distinguished academic record at the university. One medal is awarded to a student who has completed at least 3/4 of her or his degree requirements at the university, and one awarded to a student who entered the university with at least 60 transfer credits from a Washington community college. The first recipient of this year's Presidential Medal is Melissa Rose Winstanley. Melissa, will you come forward, please? Thank you. Melissa is graduating summa cum laude with 2 degrees, a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Music. In addition to playing in the UW Wind Ensemble for 4 years and serving as a teaching assistant in computer science, Melissa has been active in the Association for Computing Machinery and its section focused on women in computing. She's a member of Phi Beta Kappa, an honors undergraduate scholar, a National Merit Scholar, and an American Association of University Women Math Scholar. She was one of 20 women selected nationwide by Facebook to be sponsored at the Grace Hopper Celebration of Women in Computing. Melissa will complete her second internship with Google this summer, after which she'll return to the UW to pursue her master's degree in computer science. Melissa, it's my very great pleasure to present this medal to you in recognition of your outstanding achievements at the university. The recipient of the Presidential Medal for a student who entered from a Washington community college is Nicole Gunther. Nicole, would you please come forward? Nicole is graduating summa cum laude with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in English. She began her college career at Clark College in Vancouver, Washington. While she's listed officially as having a major in English and a minor in Education, Learning, and Society, Nicole feels as if she's had a second major in the DREAM Project, the student-run college access program that brings its own cheering section, with which she has been intensely involved since her first quarter here. She's worked as a peer advisor, served as poetry editor for the university's Literary Arts Journal, and started her own student organization, the Homeschool Advocacy Project, to apply the knowledge and skills she learned in the DREAM Project to the homeschool population. Nicole has been a Mary Gates Leadership Scholar and a member of Phi Beta Kappa. She aspires to work in the field of education, possibly in higher education, student services, and access programs, or as a language arts teacher. Nicole, I'm very pleased to present to you the medal in recognition of your outstanding achievement. At this time, I would also like to recognize those students who are graduating with the university's highest baccalaureate honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude. Their names are listed on page 15 of the commencement program. Now, since 1938, the university and the Alumni Association have presented an award to a former University of Washington student whose work has attained national and international prominence. The Alumnus Summa Laude Dignatus Award, which means alumnus worthy of highest praise, is the highest honor bestowed by the university upon one of its graduates. Today, we add to the long and distinguished list of individuals who have received this award the name of Stephen Hall, an internationally acclaimed architect who has inspired people around the world and earned his profession's most prestigious honors. Mr. Hall could not be with us today, but you may read about this extraordinary alumnus on page 10 of your program. Now let me turn to some very important people who have been instrumental to much of our success during the coming year, leaders of our student government. Student government is an important component of the governance of this institution, and its leadership is called upon regularly to represent student views on a wide range of issues at the university. I am pleased to introduce to you now the President of the Associated Students of the University of Washington, Connor McLean, and the President of the Graduate and Professional Student Senate, Charles Plummer.
My fellow Huskies, first off, congratulations. As your undergraduate student body president, I'm honored to address my peers on this special day. As a fellow graduate, though, it seems rather presumptuous of me to stand before you all to give you advice from someone who's facing many of the same challenges as yourselves. We are entering a world that is very different from when we entered the University of Washington. Most of us applied to college with the hopes of finding and pursuing our dreams. But sadly, the world and mindset from whence we entered this extraordinary university has been warped and stained. We expected opportunity. We're receiving uncertainty. We expected limitless possibilities. We're receiving limited options. We expected a career in the pursuit of the dreams we once had. We received a tuition bill that nearly doubled over 4 years and a job market still reeling from a financial crisis. Many of you will stumble in your pursuit of happiness, only to discover opportunities we never conceived as the most remote of possibilities. One thing is clear. We are about to enter a chapter of our lives where all preconceived notions of success will be redefined. But though I am reluctant to give you advice, I would like to give you 3 wishes. I wish your success be measured by not how much money you make or how far up the ladder you climb, but by how you transform the world around you. I wish you receive what you expected, that opportunity, those limitless possibilities, and that career in pursuit of your dreams. And lastly, I wish you realize that it is okay to fail, but that no matter how many times that you fall down, it be one less number than the times you get back up. Wherever life takes you in this uncertain time, I hope you remember the written words of Marina Keegan, a Yale graduate who, had it not been for her tragic death, would be graduating along with us. What we have to remember, she wrote, is that we can still do anything. We can change our minds. We can start over. We can't. We must not lose this sense of possibility, because in the end, it's all we have. My fellow graduates, today I wish for your possibilities to begin. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the class of 2012.
Whether you've been here for only 24 months or for more than 6 years, we all stand here more accomplished than before, better educated, and hopefully we've all grown just a little, not just as scholars, but as human beings and citizens. As you sit and reflect upon your time in this institution, please take a moment to remember the people, your communities at home, on campus, and beyond, that helped you get to this point, a point of transition. a place to pause and reflect, a time of change, and as Connor told us, uncertainty. I hope that your time here has taught you to embrace change and not to fear the unknown. I believe that it's inherent to our mission as a university to not only build and disseminate knowledge, but to foster creativity and innovation without fear. We thrive on change and exploration, and as you move on from this place, please take that with you. Seek out places to build creative solutions, birth a new industry, or find the key to stomp out the next public health epidemic. An amazing example of this creativity is the multiplayer online game Fold It, that allowed an interdisciplinary group of UW researchers to harness the creativity of gamers to help solve a complex protein folding problem. So remember, discovery has no roadmap. What you've learned at the University of Washington is far more than workforce development and personal gain. You've been a part of creating knowledge and fostering a better educated populace, both of which benefit us all. So Huskies of the class of 2012, be proud of your accomplishments and congratulations on your graduation.
We're honored to have as our commencement speaker today the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, Lisa Jackson. Her presence today, in a year when the UW was named the greenest school in the nation, is most opportune. We're very proud of our commitment to environmental sustainability. As is Administrator Jackson, she heads up a team of more than 18,000 professionals who work across the nation to safeguard the environment and to protect human health. Ms. Jackson graduated summa cum laude from Tulane University and went on to earn a master's degree in chemical engineering from Princeton University. She was appointed administrator of the EPA, a cabinet-level position, in 2009. With her background in chemical engineering, Ms. Jackson has been a vigorous advocate for the reform and strengthening of federal laws that regulate dangerous chemicals, and she has made it a priority in her administration to raise public awareness of the importance of environmental protection. She's also expanded outreach to communities that are historically underrepresented in the environmental action and has stepped up protection from vulnerable groups, including children, the elderly, and low-income communities that are particularly susceptible to environmental and health threats. Administrator Jackson has been named one of Newsweek's, quote, most important people of 2010. She was featured on Time Magazine's 2010 and 2011 lists of the 100 most influential people in the world. Listed in Essence Magazine as 40 women who have influenced the world, and profiled in O Magazine for her work to protect our nation's air, water, and land from pollution that affects human health. Please join me in welcoming EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson.
Hello, class of 2012. Thank you for asking me to be with you on this very special day. I'm very excited to be back at the University of Washington and honored to welcome you all into the world of graduates. I want to thank President Young, the Board of Regents, the deans, the faculty, the staff, the administrators, and the entire University of Washington community. I also want to join the graduates in thanking all the family and friends and sponsors and mentors who are here in the audience today. You will be thanked many times, but let me add my voice to your support for these extraordinary people. Let me also send a very quick shout out to one of today's graduates who I understand grew up in New Orleans in the 9th Ward like me, Luke Kofel. Your parents wrote me at EPA, and I told them I would tell you hello from the podium today. Now, there are lots of good reasons for the head of the EPA to be with you on this very special day, But when I was asked to come and speak, my first question was whether I get a free UW swagger suit along with the cap and gown. Now, your school, you've heard, has a number of great environmental things going on. You're the coolest school, according to Sierra. You have earned a grade of A- on sustainability now for 5 years in a row. A- is a pretty good streak for college, as you know. EPA has a children's health center here at UW, and we're really proud of the work that you're doing and we're doing here together. And of course, I'm proud to be working very closely with one of your most famous graduates, Governor Christine Gregoire, whose work in protecting the people of this state from pollution and moving environmental issues forward has been felt all the way in the other Washington, D.C., where I work. She's turned Washington from a state that produced no wind power to one of the nation's leaders in wind. She supported cleaner cars and cleaner fuels, and she's launched a cleanup of the Puget Sound, which defines this wonderful place. Now, I have to tell you a little story. It's about my connection to another graduate of your university, a young man by the name of Kenneth Bruce Gorelick, class of 1978. Some of you may know him as Kenny G, the musician. Now, I have never met Kenny G, but he will always be part of my memories. You see, when I was younger, I went on a date. We went to the beach in New Jersey. I should say the Jersey Shore. It's much nicer than you might think. We were sitting in the sand and, having a great time, and my date pulled out a stereo at the time and put on his favorite musician, Kenny G. That was the man I married. We've been married for almost 20 years now, and we have 2 wonderful sons. And so the first lesson I want to share for you today is that when you have found the right person, I certainly hope that you can marry them, even if they make you listen to Kenny G. Now, that's actually an example of what I really want to talk to you about today. You spent 4 years, maybe more, graduate students, congratulations, more than that, learning a lot of things. You know many things. Each and every one of you has built up a store of knowledge, and you're getting ready to start another chapter in your life. And some of you may be sitting there thinking and worrying about what you don't know. So I'm here to tell you not to worry about that. There's an old phrase, I like it. I use it all the time, and it goes something like this. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's the things you know for sure that just ain't so. Ironically, for a phrase about knowing, no one's quite sure who said it first. Some people say Mark Twain. Some people say it's an old slave saying. Some people have attributed it to Satchel Paige, some to Will Rogers. But the substance is important. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's the things you know for sure that just ain't so. So let me start easy on you. The first thing you probably know for sure is the rightness of your fashion choices. Speaking as someone who graduated from college in the 80s, the time of big hair and spandex, I just want to encourage you to not be so sure. You see, in the 80s, we knew we looked good too. Soon you will realize it just ain't so. And unfortunately for you all, given Facebook and social media, you will live your fashion mistakes in real time and with a permanent digital record. Good luck with that. Now, another thing you might be surprised by will be your career. I did grow up in New Orleans, where there are lots and lots of jobs for oil workers. And there was a time in my life when I really thought I would be working for an oil company. But as you can see, I took a slightly different road. I actually started college thinking I wanted to be a doctor, but I took some engineering classes, and in chemical engineering, which I studied, I learned about chemicals in our environment, how they get into our bodies, how they make us sick. It was around the time of Love Canal, a huge toxic waste dump that was in upstate New York. where tons of waste had been buried and were oozing literally into people's homes and basements and yards. See, I knew that if I was a doctor, I could help people when they got sick. But I later realized that if I used my chemistry and my chemical engineering, I could try to keep people from getting sick in the first place. So I decided to pursue environmental protection. I'm sure some of you have had a similar transition even in the time you've been here. My old friend Kenny G graduated magna cum laude in accounting, but he didn't make a career of it, although I'm sure he uses it since he's now the biggest selling instrumental musician in the modern era. So that lesson is even when you get it right on the first try and when you don't, your career is going to surprise you with things that you know for sure that just aren't so. Somewhere you've probably already had your knowledge undermined, or almost certainly will, is in relationships and love. I've had a number of my own uncertainties in this arena, things I knew for sure that just weren't so. Bear in mind, I'm not just talking about bad things, I'm talking about good things too. See, each of you may have a list, the resume of the perfect mate, the perfect partner, someone who likes to cook, someone who likes to travel. Then you have that other list, the things you don't want for sure. But I'm also here to tell you it doesn't always work that way. Say you grew up in New Orleans, say you lived in New Jersey, say you always dreamed you'd end up with a jazz musician who loved Prince and Bruce Springsteen. Then one day you go out on a date with a computer programmer who plays Kenny G, and you realize that he is the one. Maybe you even start to listen to a little Kenny G yourself. See, love is one of those experiences where when you finally know what you want, you realize that what you thought you knew before ain't so. Where you find yourself saying, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my number, call me maybe. But these are not things you'll learn by me telling you. Love is for you to figure out. God help you. So let me turn to something I know a little bit more about, and that's politics. A recent study from the Pew Center found that as a nation, we are more divided in our political values than ever before. This is probably not a surprise to most of you, but they've produced numbers showing that the average partisan gap has nearly doubled in the last 25 years. In other words, we have more people today on two different sides who know with certainty that theirs is the only path our country can follow if we hope to succeed. They are equally as certain that people who think differently than they do are wrong, or worse. This attitude of absolute certainty, a total refusal to listen and compromise, is certainly toxic. It's not only reductive and corrosive, it's insufficient to our complicated challenges, which don't tend to conform nicely and neatly to absolutes. And once again, what people think they know just ain't so. A good example is my own field of environmentalism. From the divisive discussions about environmental protection today, you might think that the Environmental Protection Agency was founded by a tie-dyed, peace sign, flower power liberal. But that doesn't quite fit the description of President Richard M. Nixon, who created the agency in December of 1970. Nor does it fit the description of the first administrator, William Ruckelshaus, who has a center named after him at your university. Like President Nixon, Administrator Ruckelshaus was a Republican, and he did an incredible job of setting the precedents of health and environmental protection that the Environmental Protection Agency has followed now for 41 years. He also returned to the agency in the 1980s during the Reagan administration when EPA was facing difficult times and needed to get back on track. He is a friend and still gives me advice and counsel today, as do many of my predecessors. Today, sadly, the environmental debate is centered on a choice between our economy and our environment, as if we can only have one or the other, as if we have to choose. but it is a false choice. The truth is, our economy would be less prosperous if we let industries pollute our air and water and make people sick. And our environmental protection efforts would be less effective if we didn't find ways to work within a growing economy. Our air would not be as clean if we constrained the innovative, open marketplace that brought us products, not just tools, but products that American companies are making money with, like smokestack scrubbers that reduce soot from power plants, and the catalytic converters that cut lead pollution from cars. That kind of thinking might not fit partisan ideology, but it has worked for the past 40 plus years. And losing sight of it has made it more difficult to deal with challenges that were difficult enough in the first place. These are challenges like cleaning up the Puget Sound, or protecting children from mercury, a neurotoxin that gets released into the air from many coal-fired power plant smokestacks. It's very difficult to address climate change when a majority of the time you spend on the issue is responding to accusations that you formed a conspiracy with 97% of the scientific community. Never mind the question of why in the world anyone would form such a conspiracy. Is certainly not for the money. I can tell you it's not for the popularity. Not addressing climate change now means it is the issue that is most likely to shape and influence the country and the world that you will lead, and that your children will be born into. The polarization around the issue means we are wasting precious time arguing when we could be implementing no-regret strategies. One of my favorite editorial cartoons, I have it in my office, is by Joel Pett. It is of a professor, so it's appropriate today, and he's at a climate change lecture. And behind him on the board are written a list of the benefits of clean energy. Things like energy independence, things like jobs, things like livable cities, things like clean water and air, things like healthy children and preserving rainforests, et cetera, et cetera. But there's an angry guy in the audience, and he's standing up and he says, "What if it's a big hoax and we create a better world for nothing?" Your challenge as graduates now is to take all that you know, consider all that you don't know, move the issues around clean energy, the environment, sustainability forward by finding win-win strategies that are built on making the world better. Find ways to talk to those who know they are right on both sides, but please move forward to create your future. Let me close by something that I do know for certain, which is that whatever you encounter out in the world, there will be plenty of people supporting you and ready to help you when you need it. That starts with helping you pay for the investment you just made in your education. President Obama will continue to push Congress to act so that interest rates don't rise on student loans. When college has opened up so many doors for you, we don't want loan payments to be something that holds you back. But even more than the president, please don't tell my boss I said so, are the people here. The people who are here for you today and will be with you for everything that is to come. The people who I'm betting through the course of your life have always been there. Teachers and mentors, family and friends, your fellow graduates. Last I heard, there were 4,000 or 5,000 graduates here. There are 40,000 to 50,000 people in the audience. 10-to-1 ratio, so the odds are good you will be well supported. So please do go forth with everything you know, everything you do not know, and all the things you think you know, but you really don't. One of the things I know, and that everyone here knows, is that you are ready for what comes. You've proven that. I'm very happy to have a moment to celebrate with you. I'm excited to see you all walk across the stage. Well, maybe not all of you. Thanks very much. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready to present the various degrees to all candidates. Degrees will be conferred by the Chair of the Board of Regents, Christiane Blake. The audience is requested to remain in their seats until the conclusion of today's ceremony. Candidates for doctoral degrees will be presented by the several deans. For the School of Medicine, Vice Dean John T. Slattery.
Mr. President, it is an honor to recommend the 212 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine. Many of these graduates have proceeded to graduate training positions throughout the country. Those participating in today's ceremony will come forward with the other doctoral degree candidates.
Interim Dean Timothy DeRuin, School of Dentistry.
Mr. President, it's my pleasure to present the doctoral candidates from the School of Dentistry. These candidates were honored previously in separate ceremonies. Those candidates present will please come forward with the other doctoral candidates.
Associate Dean Mary Hotchkiss, School of Law.
Mr. President, on behalf of the Faculty of Law, I have the honor of presenting the 185 candidates for the degree of Juris Doctor. The law graduates participating in this ceremony will come forward with the other doctoral candidates.
Dean Thomas Bailey, School of Pharmacy.
Mr. President, it is my honor to present the 108 candidates for the degree of Doctor of Pharmacy. These candidates will please come forward with the other doctoral candidates.
Associate Dean James Anthony of the Graduate School.
Mr. President, here with us today are candidates who have completed all requirements for the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy, Doctor of Education, Doctor of Musical Arts, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Doctor of Audiology, Doctor of Nursing Practice. On behalf of the deans of the schools and colleges and of the graduate faculty, I am pleased and honored to recommend these candidates for the highest degrees awarded by the university. Will all the doctoral degree candidates from all the schools and colleges please rise?
Okay, now hold on a minute. Regent Blake, it's my honor to present to you all of these doctoral students who have been recommended by their respective deans from their respective colleges.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculties of the respective schools, I am pleased to confer upon these candidates their respective doctoral degrees. Congratulations. You have achieved high academic distinction, and this university salutes you. You will be presented today with a memento of this graduation exercise. Please come forward.
Jessica Elizabeth Hesson, Doctor of Audiology.
Eva Dushek Jennings, Aquatic and Fishery Sciences.
Wendy Marie Baggett, Doctor of Audiology.
Carrie R. McGilliard, Aquatic and Fishery Sciences.
Colin T. Wong, Audiology.
Stephen John Barbeau, Aquatic and Fishery Sciences.
Hiroka Mamiya, Audiology.
Jung Ho Kim, Industrial Engineering.
Rahul V. Tak, Pharmacy.
Daibashish Gangopadhyay, Electrical Engineering.
Matthew Thomas Weiser, Pharmacy.
Mohammed Malakutian, Civil Engineering.
Andrew Smith, Pharmacy.
Jeralee Anderson, Civil Engineering.
Kyle Richard Fowler, Pharmacy.
Sholan Shu, Electrical Engineering.
James Cornelio Manzano, Pharmacy.
Kyung Nam Ha, Business Administration.
Paul Tron, Pharmacy.
Kerster Larson Smith, Chemical Engineering.
Tien Le Vu, Pharmacy.
Valerie H. Liu, Chemical Engineering.
Amber Marie Van Duyen, Pharmacy.
Satana Kitayabon, Chemical Engineering.
Jessica Vu, Pharmacy.
Zhao Jun Lee, Industrial Engineering.
Jenny Yi Ling He, Pharmacy.
Lee Young Ma, Mechanical Engineering.
Michelle Carey Street, Pharmacy.
Song Mao Zheng, Pharmaceutics.
Tui Lien Vu Tram, Pharmacy.
Ben Livna, Civil Engineering.
Lyudmila V. Petrick, Pharmacy.
Shadhanand Shukla, Civil Engineering.
Meredith Akeme Yoshida, Pharmacy.
Walter Corioso, Biomedical and Health Informatics.
Crystal Shuk Fong Tsui, Pharmacy.
Daniel Caporo, Biomedical and Health Informatics.
Yun Zhang, Applied Mathematics.
Richard D. Champion, Chemical Engineering.
Joshua M. Tokel, Mathematics.
Tracy Delgado Stuck, Microbiology.
Sveta Suryanarayan, Mathematics.
Jessica Marie Dries Lundin, Geophysics.
Maurizio A. Duarte, Mathematics.
Shannon Marie Dennis, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Nathaniel D. Blair Stan, Mathematics.
Elizabeth Ann Larimore, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Bulata Singha de Gayani Kanchana Pereira.
Joyoti De, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Mayumi Tayake, Musical Arts, Piano.
Susan Lynn Clute, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Melanie N. Enderle, Art History.
Amy D. Chen, Medicine.
Jamie Allison Yar, Art History.
Stephen C. Chen, Biochemistry.
Ji Yong Lee, Economics.
Lucas Tucker Gray, Biochemistry.
Rodika Giles, Economics.
Clark H. Kirkman IV, Atmospheric Sciences.
Fei Chen Zhang, Economics.
Deanna Alicia Hentz, Atmospheric Sciences.
Gibson A. Chima, Theater History and Criticism.
Kevin G. Vanden Y. Mellenberg, Built Environment.
Michelle Granshaw, Theater History and Criticism.
Hui Chin Lao, Built Environment.
Natasha Jones, Human-Centered Design and Engineering.
Osuke Sade Mete, Built Environment.
Su Yen Park, Political Science.
Sahira Blabely, Urban Design and Planning.
So Young Ryu, Statistics.
Matthew P. Banegas, Health Services.
Cece Shi Chen Bauer, Statistics.
Rebecca Leah Levine, Juris Doctor.
Kimberly M. Armstrong, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Fonru Shea, Mechanical Engineering.
Anthony Burton Craig, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Margaret Achterman, Communication.
Jocelyn Ku Ko, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Rebecca Clark Mane, Communication.
Frederica Ann Kivimaki Smith, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Vanessa Au, Communication.
Chris D. Dravick, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Elizabeth Lee Sherman, Communication.
Aaron A. Lavelle, Educational Leadership and Policy Studies.
Carla I. Mercado, Epidemiology.
Tyler D. Robinson, Astronomy.
Alexandra Louise Bartel, Human-Centered Design and Engineering.
Amber Marie Sudath Bone, Musical Arts, Voice.
Gail M. Sandlin, Urban Design and Planning.
Gary T. Bratton, Musical Arts, Instrumental Conducting.
Gregory L. Finney, Genome Sciences.
Michelle Renee Zimmerman, Education, Human Development and Cognition.
Martin Suharalski, Molecular and Cellular Biology.
Michelle Maroto, Sociology.
Chiho Lei, Mechanical Engineering.
Britton Wagner, Sociology.
Alicia Robbins, Forest Resources.
William D. Frank, History.
Catherine Diane Stewart, Forest Resources.
Curtis R. Peacock, Musical Arts, Brass.
Paramoon Setigrad, Electrical Engineering.
Curtis D. Herbert, History.
Marzia Nabi Ab Dolyosefe, Aeronautics and Astronautics.
Chad Daniel Garcia, History.
Catherine Marie Vellis, Aeronautics and Astronautics.
Xiao Wen Chang, History.
Brian S. Victor, Aeronautics and Astronautics.
Mia Siskawati, Anthropology.
Amanda Joy DeYoung, Physical Therapy.
Yu Huan, Anthropology.
Nicole P. Demetrescu, Physical Therapy.
Hong Chen, Geography.
Cassie Ann Remy, Physical Therapy.
Amanda K. Taylor, Anthropology.
Carly K. Kiska Peterson, Physical Therapy.
Barbara Lillian Grube, Anthropology.
Rachel Marie Chase Field, Physical Therapy.
Robertson L. Allen, Anthropology.
Adam C. Schildmeyer, Physical Therapy.
Louis Elwood van der Linden Johnson, Chemistry and Nanotechnology.
Michael Thomas Durant, Physical Therapy.
Cynthia A. Stonich, Chemistry.
Shireen Mansiri, Physical Therapy.
Stephanie E. Vasco, Chemistry and Nanotechnology.
Tamara H. Waldom, Physical Therapy.
Ian M. Darrington, Physics.
John G. Campbell, Physical Therapy.
Nathaniel Greenberg, Comparative Literature.
Jonathan M. Norman, Physical Therapy.
Amber C. Archibald, Musical Arts, Strings, Viola.
Marcus Frederick Jaffe, Physical Therapy.
Nathan H. Winokur, Musical Arts, Strings, Cello.
Ariane Gustav, Physical Therapy.
Sung Ju Kim, Musical Arts, Organ.
Laura V. Jewett, Physical Therapy.
Carol Jo Coe, Education, Curriculum, and Instruction.
Kimberly Ann Hayes, Physical Therapy.
Denise Y. Espana, Education, Curriculum, Instruction.
Brooke Elin Bemis, Physical Therapy.
Christian J. Peterson, Near and Middle Eastern Studies.
Adrian Elizabeth Nova, Physical Therapy.
Emal Ikek, Comparative Literature.
Elizabeth Bannister, Physical Therapy.
Brandy A. Chance, Audiology.
Alyssa Mieko Takatsuki, Physical Therapy.
Coralie Choles, Audiology.
Christopher R. McPeak, Physical Therapy.
Jennifer Renee Perry, Audiology.
Byrony Tresser, Physical Therapy.
Jan Madoka Hyono, Audiology.
Hassan Arbab, Electrical Engineering and Nanotechnology.
Ashley Elizabeth Timbo, Audiology.
Eshetu Demise Anayo, Mechanical Engineering.
Shivani Patel, Audiology.
Chad Sher Weldy, Toxicology.
Jamie Mara Felores, Audiology.
Zachariah Norman Garrett, Toxicology.
Claire K. Connell, Ethnomusicology.
Aaron E. Ellis, Oceanography.
Amanda Christina Soto, Music Education.
Julie A. Kester, Oceanography.
Jennifer E. Murky, Musical Arts, Woodwinds.
Jennifer Karuba Maroa, pathobiology.
Sun Hye Park, musical arts, piano.
Hui-Ling Chen, pathobiology.
Sachi Schmidt-Hori, Asian languages and literature.
Yijing Shi, electrical engineering.
Jungyim Chang, Asian language and literature.
Po Chien Chao, civil engineering.
Nadia M. Jakensky, art history.
Charles Pascal Clark, electrical engineering.
Ryan B. Wilson, chemistry.
Joshua D. Bishop, electrical engineering.
Kala E. Chancellor, gender, women's studies, and sexuality studies.
Robert G. Egbert, electrical engineering.
Jennifer Wang, psychology.
Andrew Brian Van Winkle, Juris Doctor.
David Hu, psychology.
Shinji Theo Kasahara, immunology.
Sarah Lynn Lopez, educational leadership and policy studies.
Cesar Augusto Silva Monroy, electrical engineering.
Monica Tatiana Pareda, oral biology.
Gilda Barata, public health genetics.
Yen Yi Liu, material sciences and engineering.
Sung Han, neurobiology and behavior.
Ye Ping Yuan, civil engineering.
Matthew T. Honecker, medicinal chemistry.
Jing Yu Zhou, material science and engineering.
Ting Xia, bioengineering.
Su Wang, material science and engineering.
Shanshan Chao, public health biostatistics.
Sang Yu Han, mechanical engineering.
Qingyu Peng, civil engineering.
Felix Sanju Kim, chemical engineering.
Jimwei Zhang, business administration.
Neris Maria Palunas, pharmacy.
Lin Hao, business administration.
Diane Chin, pharmacy.
Emily Chu, dental surgery.
Daniel M. Bier, biochemistry.
Catherine Elizabeth Taylor, dental surgery. Van Not Tran, nursing practice. Phyllis R. Coolin, nursing practice. Stephanie Wisnant Cash, epidemiology. Nicole Elaine Basta, epidemiology. Elizabeth Francis Bieber, epidemiology. Evan L. Thacker, epidemiology. Katrina Floyd McCoy, nursing. Christopher C. Imes, nursing. Lauren Thorngate, nursing. Delilah Breskus, nursing. Donna Marie Mason, nursing practice. Thomas E. Schmidlin, biochemistry. Chad B. Wilsey, forest resources.
Candidates for master's degrees will be presented by Dean Sandra Archibald of the Daniel J. Evans School of Public Affairs and Associate Dean Anthony of the Graduate School.
Will candidates for the master's degree in public administration from the Daniel J. Evans School please rise? Mr. President, I am honored to present these candidates from the 50th graduating class of the Evans School of Public Affairs for the respective master's degrees. Candidates will remain standing.
Candidates for the various master's degrees for all schools and colleges, please rise. Mr. President, on behalf of the deans of the schools and colleges and of the graduate faculty, I am honored to present these candidates to receive their respective master's degrees.
Regent Blake, I am delighted to present to you the master's degrees from the various colleges as has been described to you today.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the graduate faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your master's degree. Congratulations. You will be presented today with a memento of this graduation exercise. Please come forward.
colleges and schools of the university, will be presented by the several deans. The candidates who have been accepted by the general faculty of the university for their respective degrees are listed in the commencement program. For the College of Arts and Sciences, Interim Dean Robert Stacy.
Candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences will please rise. Mr. President, it is my honor to present these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Design, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Bachelor of Science. And to recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees. Candidates will please be seated.
Dean Tom Stridicus, College of Education.
The candidates from the College of Education will please rise. Mr. President, I am proud to present these candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Early Childhood and Family Studies and to recommend that they be awarded their degrees. Candidates will please be seated.
Dean Matt O'Donnell, College of Engineering.
Candidates from the College of Engineering, stay standing. Mr. President, I am pleased to present these candidates for the College of Engineering for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical and Astronautical Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Civil and Environmental Engineering, Computer Engineering, Electrical Engineering, Industrial Engineering, Bioengineering, Material Science and Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Human-Centered Design and Engineering, and recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Dean Lisa Graumlich, College of Environment.
The candidates from the nation's largest College of the Environment will please rise. Mr. President, it is my pleasure and honor to present these candidates of the College of the Environment for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Forest Resources, and Bachelor of Science in Aquatic and Fisheries Sciences, and to recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees. Candidates will please be seated.
Dean Harry Bruce, the Information School.
Candidates from the Information School will please rise. It gives me great pleasure, Mr. President, to present the candidates of the Information School for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Informatics and to recommend that they be awarded their bachelor's degrees. Candidates will please be seated.
Dean James Gimvaldo.
Will the candidates from the Michael G. Foster School of Business please rise? Mr. President, I'm honored to present these candidates for bachelor's degrees in the Foster School of Business and recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
Interim Dean Pamela H. Mitchell, School of Nursing.
The candidates from the #1 School of Nursing in the nation will please rise. Mr. President, it is my pleasure and honor to present the candidates to you for the degree of Bachelor in Science in Nursing and recommend they be awarded their bachelor's degrees.
Vice Dean Slattery, School of Medicine.
Will the bachelor candidates from the School of Medicine please rise? They're out there, I see them. Mr. President, it is a privilege to present these bachelor candidates from the School of Medicine in the specialized fields of medical technology, prosthetics and orthotics, and physician's assistant, and to recommend that they be awarded their respective bachelor's degrees.
Dean Daniel Friedman, College of Built Environments.
Will the candidates from the College of Built Environments please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor to present these candidates for bachelor's degrees in architecture, urban planning, landscape architecture, construction management, and community and environmental planning, and to recommend that they be awarded their respective bachelor's degrees. Candidates, will you please be seated?
Dean Edwina Uehara, School of Social Work.
Distinguished candidates from the fabulous School of Social Work, please rise. Mr. President, on behalf of the social work faculty, it is my great joy and privilege to present these candidates for their bachelor's degrees in social welfare and to recommend that they be awarded their respective bachelor's degrees. Candidates, please be seated.
Dean Howard Frumkin, School of Public Health.
Will the candidates from the School of Public Health please rise? Mr. President, last but by no means least, it is with pride and pleasure that I present these candidates for bachelor's degrees in the School of Public Health and recommend that they be awarded their respective degrees. Will the candidates please be seated?
All bachelor's candidates from all schools and colleges just presented will please rise. Following Regent Blake's citation, awarding the various bachelor's degrees, all candidates will be seated immediately and under the direction of the faculty marshals will await their turn to come forward one row at a time.
It is my distinct pleasure, Regent Blank, to recommend to the Regents all of these candidates who have been recommended by their faculties for the bachelor's degrees at the University of Washington.
On behalf of the Board of Regents and the faculty of the university, I am pleased to confer upon each of you your bachelor's degree. Congratulations. You will be presented today with a memento of this graduation exercise. Please come forward as directed.
The University of Washington Men's Glee Club, under the direction of Professor Stephen M. Demarest, will now lead us in the singing of Rise Up with Pride for Washington. The words to the song are printed on the inside of the back cover of the commencement program. The audience will please rise.
Rise up with pride for Washington, for purple and for gold. From far and wide we meet as one, as huskies proud and bold. Washington, we hail to thee, honor, truth, integrity, forever shine from lake to shore, your light upon us evermore. Rise up with pride for Washington, together hand in hand, we will proclaim our loyalty in song throughout the land. Washington, we hail to thee, honor, truth, integrity, forever shine from lake to shore, your light upon us evermore.
The audience and members of the graduating class are requested to remain at their seats until the recessional of the faculty is concluded. Once the stage party has left the stadium, graduates may exit the field at the northwest and southwest corners of the field via the 4 marked exits on the east side. Please remain at your seats until the recessional is over. The 137th Commencement exercises of the University of Washington are now closed.